Imagine waking up tomorrow to find your country's economy hemorrhaging $200 billion, key industries in disarray, and the world's most iconic brands vanishing overnight. This isn't a dystopian fiction. It's today's harsh reality for Russia in the wake of its Ukraine invasion. Startling, isn't it? Nestlé, British American Tobacco, Philip Morris, household names we all recognize, have all either slashed their operations or exited Russia entirely. This corporate exodus isn't just a headline. It's a devastating blow to an economy now grappling with soaring unemployment, now over 9%. Thousands of jobs lost, lives upended. The human cost behind these staggering numbers is immense. But there's more. Russia, in a desperate bid to salvage its economy, is nationalizing businesses left behind by foreign companies. A bold move. But is it enough? Doubt lingers as the country struggles with the lack of foreign investment, a critical lifeline for technological progress and innovation. And here's the twist. Russia's brightest minds are leaving. The brain drain is real, and it's happening now. Discontent under Putin's rule is driving talent away, weakening Russia's global competitive edge. As if this wasn't enough, the West's sanctions are tightening around Russia's economic jugular, its energy sector. A complete ban could shrink the Russian economy by a staggering 20%. The implications, far-reaching and potentially catastrophic. So, what does this mean for Russia's place in the world? Are we witnessing the making of a second-tier country, isolated and cut off? The stakes are high and the outcomes uncertain. Stay with us as we unpack this unfolding economic drama, where every turn could alter the course of global politics and economy. The invasion of Ukraine by Russia, a geopolitical maneuver fraught with controversy, has unleashed a maelstrom in the global economic arena, particularly hitting Russia like a financial typhoon. This isn't merely a diplomatic standoff, it's an economic upheaval with ramifications echoing across continents. At the heart of this turmoil is the staggering $200 billion void created by the exodus of foreign businesses from Russia. To put this in perspective, imagine a sum greater than the GDP of many countries simply evaporating from Russia's economy. This figure isn't just about lost revenue. It encapsulates a broader economic disintegration, a cascading effect that's shaking the very foundations of Russia's financial stability. Consider the departure of major global players like Nestlé. This isn't just about chocolate bars or bottled water disappearing from shelves, it's about a significant chunk of imports ceasing. Nestlé's suspension of the vast majority of its goods represents not just a loss in consumer choices, but a severe disruption in supply chains, a gap in market offerings, and a dent in consumer confidence. Similarly, the complete exit of British American Tobacco isn't just a headline. It's a chapter closing on investments, jobs, and market dynamics that have been part of Russia's economic fabric. This departure signals a deeper malaise, the waning confidence of international investors in the Russian market, a sentiment that reverberates across sectors. Philip Morris's scaling back is another blow, particularly poignant because it's not a full exit but a strategic withdrawal. This reduction in manufacturing and the suspension of future investments send a clear message. The business environment in Russia is now fraught with uncertainties and risks too high for even the stalwarts of industry. This corporate exodus transcends the immediate loss of business. It's a blow to Russia's image as a viable investment destination. Each company that leaves takes with it a part of the economic puzzle that Russia needs to present a picture of stability and growth. The departure of these companies is akin to removing pieces from a Jenga tower, each one increasing the risk of the entire structure collapsing. Furthermore, the implication of this mass withdrawal extends beyond the boardrooms and into the daily lives of average Russians. The jobs these companies provided are now gone, the products they supplied are now scarce, and the investments they represented are now withdrawn. The unemployment rate in Russia, soaring past 9%, tells a story of widespread job loss and personal hardship. This figure represents more than a mere percentage. It embodies the reality of hundreds of thousands of individuals suddenly finding themselves without a livelihood. The abrupt exit of companies like Nestlé, British American Tobacco, and Philip Morris means that jobs which once provided financial security and professional growth for many Russians are now gone. But the impact of this unemployment crisis goes beyond those directly employed by these foreign companies. Consider the ripple effect on the broader economy. The local suppliers, distributors, and service providers who depended on these corporations now face a significant downturn in business. Small and medium-sized enterprises, which once thrived on the demand generated by these large firms, are struggling to stay afloat. The fallout is a cascading economic decline, affecting sectors far beyond those directly tied to the departing corporations. Moreover, this rise in unemployment creates a societal shift. The job market becomes more competitive, wages may start to stagnate or decline, and job security becomes a thing of the past for many. The psychological impact on the workforce is significant, with increased levels of stress, anxiety, and uncertainty about the future. The government faces a daunting task in addressing this crisis. While efforts such as emergency aid, temporary jobs, and public projects can provide some relief, they are often seen as short-term solutions to a deep-rooted problem. The challenge lies in creating sustainable employment opportunities, fostering an environment conducive to new business ventures, and attracting alternative foreign investments to fill the void left by the departed corporations. Additionally, the unemployment crisis has a profound impact on the national economy. As people lose their jobs, their spending power diminishes, leading to reduced consumer demand. This, in turn, can lead to a slowdown in economic growth, creating a vicious cycle of economic contraction. The government's tax revenues may also decline, limiting its ability to invest in public services and infrastructure, further exacerbating the economic challenges. In the wake of the corporate exodus, Russia stands at a crossroads, its economic landscape scarred by departing international giants. The government, faced with a daunting vacuum, turns to a bold yet perilous path. Nationalization. This isn't just a policy shift, it's a dramatic pivot in the economic narrative of a nation under siege. Picture the scene. As the last signs of brands like Nestlé and Philip Morris fade from the Russian market, the government steps in like a chess player, making a critical move. Nationalization. The word echoes through the corridors of power, carrying with it a promise of control and stability. But beneath this veneer of decisiveness lies a maze of complexities and challenges. The nationalization story is not just about changing ownership signs, it's about venturing into a territory rife with financial and operational dragons. The departure of foreign companies leaves behind more than just empty offices and silent factories. It leaves a void of expertise, technology, and global networks. Filling this void is akin to navigating a ship through uncharted waters, without the seasoned captains and navigators that once steered these enterprises. As the Russian government takes the helm of these nationalized entities, the narrative takes a twist. It's one thing to claim ownership. It's another to replicate the success of multinational corporations. The state, with its coffers already strained by sanctions and economic turmoil, now faces the Herculean task of breathing life into these entities. The lack of foreign investment and expertise looms like specters, haunting the corridors of these newly nationalized businesses. This saga unfolds against a backdrop of potential bureaucratic entanglements and operational inefficiencies. State-run enterprises, often marred by red tape and a lack of innovation, struggle to keep pace in a dynamic market. The narrative here is not just about ownership, but about the struggle to stay relevant and efficient in an increasingly competitive global economy. As the plot thickens, the specter of future foreign investment withdrawal looms large. The international business community watches warily, the threat of government intervention casting a long shadow over potential investments. This part of the story is crucial. It speaks to the confidence, or lack thereof, that global investors have in Russia's economic stability and policy predictability. The nationalization narrative is also a story of the people, the workers in these industries and the consumers of their products. How will they fare under this new regime? Concerns about job security, product quality, and service efficiency add layers of complexity to this unfolding story. Skolkovo, conceived as a high-tech hub to foster innovation and entrepreneurship, was once heralded as the future of Russia's technological advancement. Envision this sprawling complex near Moscow, envisioned to be a cradle of cutting-edge research, startups, and education, Russia's very own beacon of innovation and progress. In its heyday, Skolkovo attracted partnerships and investments from global tech giants, promising a fusion of international expertise with Russian talent. This was a place buzzing with potential. young Russian entrepreneurs rubbing shoulders with seasoned global experts, collaborative research projects that hinted at the next big tech breakthroughs, and a palpable sense of being at the forefront of technological innovation. However, as the narrative of Russia's economic and geopolitical landscape shifted, so did the story of Skolkovo. The withdrawal of foreign businesses and the consequent brain drain have not just stalled this progress. They have cast long shadows of doubt over such ambitious projects. With the exodus of international partners and investors, Skolkovo faced setbacks. The decline in foreign participation meant a significant loss of both financial support and, critically, the exchange of global ideas and practices that are the lifeblood of technological innovation. The impact on Skolkovo is emblematic of the broader innovation crisis unfolding in Russia. Without the collaborative ecosystem that includes foreign investment and talent, projects like Skolkovo struggle to maintain their momentum. The innovation gap widens as opportunities for groundbreaking research and development diminish, and the potential for global tech leadership fades. This example is not just about a single tech hub, it's a microcosm of the larger challenge facing Russia. Skolkovo's struggles mirror the national narrative, a tale of ambition and potential grappling with the realities of economic isolation and a shrinking pool of talent and resources. The energy sector, the titan of the Russian economy, now standing vulnerable in the face of escalating sanctions and geopolitical tensions. The energy sector in Russia is not just an industry, it's the backbone of the nation's economic structure. Envision vast landscapes of oil fields and gas reserves, pipelines stretching like arteries across continents, fueling not just Russia, but many parts of the world. This sector, a colossal giant in the global energy market, is now under siege, threatened by the prospect of a full-blown energy embargo from the West. The stakes are incredibly high. Energy exports are the lifeblood of Russia's economy, a major source of revenue that underpins everything from social programs to military spending. The threat of a complete energy embargo looms like a dark cloud. If realized, it would strike a blow that could see the Russian economy shrink by a staggering 20%. It's a scenario that goes beyond numbers and figures. It's about the livelihood of millions, the stability of a nation, and the balance of global energy dynamics. This chapter of the story is fraught with tension. On one hand, there's the global push to penalize Russia for its actions in Ukraine to cut off its economic lifelines. On the other, there's the palpable reality of how deeply entwined Russia's energy sector is with the global market. European nations, reliant on Russian gas and oil, find themselves in a complex dance of geopolitics and energy needs. The dilemma is stark: how to sanction Russia without harming their own economies. The narrative here also encompasses a struggle within Russia to find alternative markets and strategies. As traditional export routes and partnerships come under threat, the Russian energy sector faces the daunting task of pivoting towards new markets, such as Asia. However, this is no simple feat. It involves building new infrastructure, forging new alliances, and navigating a labyrinth of diplomatic and economic challenges. The future of Russia's energy sector, and indeed of its entire economy, hinges on how this part of the story unfolds. Will the West fully cut off Russian energy, and if so, how will Russia respond? How will the global energy market react to such a seismic shift? The answers to these questions will not only shape Russia's economic future, but also have profound implications for global energy politics and the geopolitical landscape. In the shadow of economic turmoil and geopolitical upheaval, Russia teeters on the brink of becoming a second-tier nation, its future mired in uncertainty and isolation. This isn't just a cold analysis of economic indicators. It's a foray into a potential future where Russia, once a formidable player on the global stage, finds itself increasingly cut off from the international community. Imagine a Russia distanced from the rest of Europe, its once robust economy now hampered by sanctions and the loss of key global partnerships. The image is stark: a nation grappling with the consequences of its actions, its once powerful roar in world affairs reduced to a whisper. In this envisioned future, Russia's isolation is not just about physical borders or trade barriers, it's about a deeper, more profound detachment. The exodus of foreign businesses, the crippling sanctions, and the growing innovation gap have left deep scars. Russia's ability to attract new investment and talent to keep pace with global technological and economic trends is severely compromised. The narrative here is tinged with irony. A nation rich in resources and talent, yet unable to fully capitalize on its potential due to the choices and policies of its leadership. The economic policies and decisions made today are like seeds sown, with the future of Russia being the harvest. Will these seeds sprout opportunities or wither into lost potential? As we peer through this lens, we see a Russia struggling to redefine its identity and place in the world. The challenges are monumental, from rebuilding its economy to restoring its international standing. The path ahead is fraught with obstacles, some perhaps insurmountable. The question of whether Russia can change its course, re-engage with the world, and restore its position as a major global player remains an open-ended one. Yet in every narrative of decline, there is also a potential for rebirth and transformation. The story of Russia's future is not yet fully written. It stands at a crossroads, with the decisions made today shaping its path forward. Will it be a tale of continued isolation and decline, or will it be a story of resilience and reinvention? The pages of this story are still turning, and the world watches, waiting to see how Russia will navigate this journey into the unknown.